You sure you're ready for tonight? I'm not afraid of you. Well, you should be. Why is that? This isn't like years past. Now, the Bruins roll deep. Bring it on. God, it's good to be the best. Hey, remember that time you got shut up by Martin Jones? Seriously? Would you just leave me alone?
Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team. That is a dub. A 4-point swing in the standings, beating the fucking Leafs. That feels good. That feels really good. Oh my gosh, what a game. Might be the game of the year so far. Exciting, fun results, just fantastic hockey up and down on a night where, man, a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes by the Bruins, a lot of mistakes by the Leafs, a lot of mistakes by the refs. Just abhorrent refereeing the entire time. And the Bruins got the better part of it. Just awful, awful refereeing. Just terrible mistakes in their own zone, terrible mistakes in our own zone. But exciting, exciting hockey. High stakes hockey. What a fantastic game. And you just love to see that the Bruins, through 42 games, still have not lost 2 in a row. That's crazy. That's so good. So good. Before we get too deep into this, I want to say that I made 2 versions of the opening skit before the game because I had the idea and then I was like, I'll just make both of them and whoever wins, I'll put that one up. But I actually enjoyed the punchline of the other ending better, so I'm just gonna play it.
You sure you're ready for tonight? I'm not afraid of you. Well, you should be. Why is that? This isn't like years past. Now, the Bruins roll deep. Bring it on. How? Because I am a juggernaut. I mean, yeah, in the regular season. No one asked you!
I crack myself up sometimes. The Leafs are coming into this one. I think they were 6-3-1 coming in. They have been a very good team this year. And in fact, if we weren't having the kind of ridiculous season that we were having, I feel like we'd be talking about them a lot more. Just because defensively, I believe they're the second best team in the league. Second to us. I'm really enjoying saying that. Defensively, they're a great team, and their goaltending has held up mostly this year. This was not one of those games that you would have considered it holding up. I did think we were the better team through most of this one. I thought this was a well-deserved win, but an overtime ending to this one seemed a certainty until it wasn't. Ullmark gets the start in net for us. He was not his usual fantastic self, but we're going to talk about him a little bit because there were peaks and valleys on that one. The production line is back together. Marchand, Bergeron, Pasternak. Smith is going to go with Hall and Krejci, meaning Zacha's dropped down to the third with Coyle and Freddie, and then Nosek is back at center with Foligno and Greer. That was a great game by the fourth line altogether. Really, really well played by them. I already mentioned the fact that we haven't lost 2 in a row in 42 games. I think I've put that 8 different times. Little bit of housekeeping. Pavel Zacha, the king of almost. I love when people tweet at me during the games of stuff that like I say when it happens. It's really fun for me. The king of almost is one of those things. He gets a 4-year extension for $4.7 million that kicks in next year. Do I think that's a little bit of an overpay? Maybe, but it's really only an overpay next year in my head, where money might be a little tight as we try to fit a bunch of stuff together with, we're going to have to fill in a lot of roles. There might be a lot of guys leaving. There's going to be a lot of cap work next year, but as the cap goes up and things start solidifying, I think we'll be pretty happy with this deal. So genuinely, the first year I don't love but I think as the cap expands, we're going to be pretty happy with this one. Oh, and worth pointing out, I knew we weren't losing this game because I knew it for a fact because we haven't touched this bad boy all year. For those of you who were with me last year, this is the lucky one. This is our lucky jersey. This is it. And we haven't touched him all year. He's been up in the corner over there. Have not touched him because there was no need. And I finally was like, you know what? If there's going to be a game that I'm going to wear him, this is it. So I knew we were winning. I knew it. Anyway, let's talk about this game. Puck drops! And the Leafs, with a baffling miscue, only 1 minute and 45 seconds in, first shot on net for us is Coyle cross crease to Marchand. They basically turn it over right in their zone, and then one stays high. I think it was Timmins. Timmins, who has just this whole game, his name kept coming up for awful reasons. Really bad game by him. He's high. Puck gets moved low. Coyle is there to a free bid towards Marchand, who has a wide open net, and somehow Murray comes across and snags it with a glove. And immediately everyone, whether you were in the building, watching the game at home, listening in your car, you sat there and went, oh, it's going to be this kind of game. You just knew. Matt Murray coming across and making that kind of save in 2023? All right, whatever. 2:43 in, we're already getting spicy. Not only have we had an already sure thing taken away from us, but Foligno is going to get in a fight with Simmons after Simmons comes at him. I got to say, up until the last 5 minutes, the Leafs played real tough, hard-headed hockey. They were physical. And I think the lack of physicality near the finish of the game is actually what cost them this game. But anyway, Simmons and Foligno's going to go at it. I would give the nod to Simmons on this one. Long fight, a lot of punches thrown. At the end of the day, they give each other a tap on the head and move on. I would give Simmons probably the points in this one. Not quite a knockout, of course, but the points. 4 minutes in, a battle for the puck. McAvoy, and I don't even remember who he was fighting for the puck, but McAvoy slides down. The other guy falls down. Tripping is called. That's a bad call. That's a battle for the puck that ends up in the players going down. They call it. And of course, the first shot of the game for Toronto, they re-enter the zone after a clear. And it's Tavares down that left circle, gets below the red line, and throws it right up the slot to none other than Bunting, who is somehow uncovered and has a wide open net to the right because Omar can't possibly keep up with this. And it's 1-0. On the first shot of the game for them, it's 1-0. Bunting, I know this is rich coming from a guy with Marchand on his team, is a huge douche. Just a huge douche. Awful to watch. Not fun to play against. He's not even right now a guy I want on my team. He's just a guy that I think is an awful person. What a douche. 6 minutes in, huge cross crease push by Olmark to make a massive save. And then back the other way, a contested breakaway for Freddie, which Murray snags with the glove again. We figured out to probably not go glove side for a little while there. 6:30 in, another cross crease pass robbed by Murray. Again, it was Marchand. I'm just putting all these out because it was silly how we could not score to start this game, and then stuff just started going in. Weird play. Hall is about to go offsides. He lets go of the puck, right? So he skates over, doesn't touch the puck, it's not offsides, collides with a defender. They call interference. That's a terrible call. That's an awful call. It's two guys colliding away from the puck. The guy purposely left the puck. The defender did not purposefully hit him. I didn't like that call, but we're going to go to the power play. They are going to kill it. So we're going to move on. No damage done there. What a sequence this is, though. 5 minutes left. Bad defense again. Looks to give Marner a free chance to walk around Olmark. And he just goes from left to right around him. Olmark's falling the whole way. And once the angle gets real tough, it looks like Olmark throws his stick. Maybe loses his grip. I don't know. If I was a referee, I would have called that a penalty. I thought that was a penalty. It looked like he checked it at him. You do not have to make contact for it to be deemed a dangerous play, like contact to the puck or the player with the stick, for it to be deemed a dangerous play and called. They do not call it. Marner can't finish the play anyway. It goes high and wide. It wraps around, and then we are actually going to go down the ice with it. And I know Leafs fans are pissed about this. And honestly, I'd be pissed too. But this isn't really only on that. Because Riley has the puck and looks about to be making an easy play in his own zone. Bergeron's pressuring, and he kind of whiffs on it, and it trickles up to the blue line where Marchand comes in, picks it up, goes left, and then Riley doesn't keep playing. Bergeron goes right by him. Marchand goes down the left circle and chucks it right in on Bergie, who has a tap in because there's no one defending him. And we have a tie game, 1-1, end of the period. Look, I'd be pissed too if I'm a Leafs fan, but I know I'd say in this video, hey man, you got to keep playing. You got to keep playing. And that was a horrible sequence by Riley. Second period, 12 seconds in, Freddie and Bunting go for roughing each. What was missed on this play was Bunting kicking Freddie. He literally tried to kick him. So that should have been more on Bunting, in my opinion, because the dude is a douche. An absolute douche. Again, Rich coming from a Bruins fan, but screw that guy. So 4-on-4 for a while. Nothing's going to happen during that. 2:43 in. Engvall is going to walk in over the blue line, send a hard wrister. There's two defenders there. High in the slot. Hard wrister, splits the defense, and Ullmark's just caught too far over to the right in his net. Tries to sprawl out, doesn't get there. Pings in and out. Not in and out. Idiot. In and in. Pings off the post and in. 2-1. You just don't see Ullmark give that up too often. That's a long distance. Great shot, but you can't let that happen in this kind of game. And you know what? I feel real comfortable saying that because Ullmark has been so great all year. He knows that shouldn't have gone in. That's a tough one. Really weird. 5:52 in, and we're going to get our own. It's a bad pass by Timmins again. And Pasta's going to jump it. It's at the blue line. Pasta jumps it, deflects it down. He catches up. Marchand is with him, and he's looking past the whole time. The whole time. And then just flings this on net low at Murray. It slides through his pads. I don't even know how this gets in, but it beats him. Murray, I think, was really expecting pass, and it's 2-2. And that's one that you probably expect Murray to have just because of, I mean, it's a great position and a great shooter, but it just squeaks through him. And it was kind of surprising to see it go in the net, but a goal's a goal. Goal. And then over the next 4 minutes, we're getting pelted by the Leafs. They are all over us. And it's a miracle they don't score on this, as there's multiple big saves that Ullmark has to make. And then all of a sudden, we have a break back the other way. Nosek in the neutral zone picks up the puck, goes around one defender rather easily. The defender turns and collides with another defender. Nosek's going to take the zone, flicks it over to Foligno too softly, but it gets there to Foligno on the left side. Foligno's going to collect and then send it right back to Greer, who's crossing that blue line. He's going to select that in the high slot and fire it. Just fire it low. And it beats Murray 5-hole from a distance. And it's 3-2. Greer scores on Matt Murray from almost the blue line. That one he should have had too. Not great. 15 seconds later, Coyle goes for tripping during the penalty kill. Great block by Zacha leads to a 2-on-1. Lindholm shoots low pad, and it deflects perfectly to Zacha. And Zacha has a wide open net, and he goes post and out and just cashed in for 4 years, $4.75 million. Lamau. LOL. That's okay. He's just a king of almost, man. He's just a king of almost. Second period ends. No one leaves the ice except for Bunting, who's on the bench still chirping. Because not only is he a douche, he's a coward too. I don't even care if Leafs fans are in the chat and they're going to rip me apart for this. I think Bunting's a douche. Tough thing about the third period is it's a strange sequence. We're 3 minutes in, barely over 3 minutes, and we don't hold the lead. I really expected us to at least get midway through the third holding this lead. I was really surprised. But 3:17 in, Matthews just bats it out of his own zone. It goes high. Then they win the forecheck to it and work the puck right back up to Matthews, who's coming across that right circle. He gets in on Ullmark as Bergeron's taking one defender as a miscommunication defensively. This is just awesome handles. He's a generational scorer, man. Just cuts it in, cuts it out, cuts it back in, and goes over the shoulder, barely tucks it out of the crossbar. That's 3-3. I'm not even mad at Ullmark or anybody else for this. Matthews is just filthy, and you got to give him credit for that. 10:52 left, tripping on Marner. Marner dives low, makes some contact with Lindholm. Lindholm falls over, they call it. The commentators are like, Lindholm just toe-picked. Well, look, that was one of the more legitimate calls this game. It was still soft as hell, but it was more legitimate than half the other ones. Either way, it was a great penalty kill by the Leafs. Really good penalty kill. 1:37 left of the game, and this has been extended time in their zone. We are all over them because they have cut the physicality out. I don't know what happened, but the last couple minutes of that game, they just were not checking as hard. Ends up getting worked over to Hall, who's on the right side. He shoots wide, it wraps around, bounces off the wall above the left circle. And Grizzly comes in and just unloads. Absolute wobbler of a puck, but hammers this thing. And it's going to beat Murray glove side. They're going to talk about maybe reviewing it because Krejci comes over and it looks like he might have gotten the glove. I don't know. It beats him. It's a 4-3 final. Marchand has a chance for an empty net, but again tries to pass to Bergeron and the pass gets broken up. Marchand, just start burying those, bud. Just start getting goals for yourself. It's fine. Game notes. If Zacha starts scoring on his high danger chances, this team is unbeatable. It would be. It really would be. It feels like he gets 3 a game. He just cannot score. He has a great shot, too. Just can't hit his target, which, I mean, I guess is not a great shot, but not great. A night where Ullmark didn't have the magic, but also super did, but also actually gave up a legitimately soft goal, but also saved probably 5 or 6 sure things for the Leafs. I mean, some of the high danger saves he made were phenomenal. Phenomenal. So even on a night where he wasn't at his best, he was a huge reason we won this game, which just feels weird for one of the first games that he's allowed 3 goals in a while. Feels like a while at least, right? My last thing is, why is Sportsnet so bad? Why are their ads so bad? There's an ad every 5-second break. There's a gambling ad, which is obnoxious, first of all. Also, the ads suck. Their acting's terrible. The line's terrible. Just everything about them really bad. I mean, you have so much money. At least make good ads. At least make good ads. I write a skit for every single video, and I mean, not all of them's a winner, but shoot, I like to think some of them are funny. SNL keeps doing it. What do they make? The 30 skits every week or something? I don't know what they're doing over there. I haven't watched SNL in years, but still, some of their stuff's funny. You can't write one funny ad that you're going to play 6,000 times? Get new writers, boys. Also, last game note, that was a massive win. All right, guys, that does it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. I didn't say it earlier. Now no one's going to do it. It's fine. I don't even know what our next game is. I'm absolutely pumped. I do know. Monday at 1 o'clock, I work. What do you want from me here? Monday at 1 o'clock, it's a holiday. I work in a hospital. Like, what do you want from me here? So that's a bummer. I'll do my best. That's all I can say. And I swear there's something else. Oh, yeah. Go Bees!